in this session, what we are going to basically do is we are going to build our first Kubernetes charm. Okay, so in everyone the skills now and the knowledge to be able to do this with the steps that I'm going to give you all. So I'm going to be sharing two links. First of all, this is one of them. Oops. Okay. Okay. So this is one of them. This is the answer. Okay. So you, I recommend you to pull this repo. Don't look very much at it. Okay, because this is the answer. This is the cage charm that we are going to actually build. And then the other one, that is the one that you need, is the charm. Oops, the charm skeleton cage. So let's go and pull those two repos. I'm going to do the same process as. So I'm going to do the same steps with you. Okay, so that's the hands-on. Oops, hands-on, and I'm going to open the VS Code. You can use whatever editor you want. Okay. Okay. You should go to the charmed OSM skeleton cage and copy these lines. Okay. Bigger. Okay. And copy these lines. Wait a second. I'm going to paste them on the chat. Okay, so just copy paste those. Those should get you started. So, okay. Okay, bigger. Okay. This is my turn. Okay, it's now everything is prepared. Once you have do all of those steps, and what we are going to do is we are going to deploy a MongoDB, or we're going to develop a MongoDB. Okay, so the first step I recommend you to do is starting with this metadata.yaml. Okay, so what you can do is, well, I will give you like 2 minutes, 3 minutes to edit this in a way that you consider is okay, okay, and then I will give you the answer for that part. Okay, so now it's your time. Okay, so I'm going to move forward because everyone is so shy. Okay, so basically, this is how the charm or the metadata should look like. Basically, I just changed the MongoDB name or the charm name at the description, and basically that. Also, I could also put here something like deployment type, cluster IP, and service cluster IP, and deployment type stateful or stateless. Well, it will be deployed as stateless because that's the default. Because I haven't specified anything and I haven't added any storage, but I think that for this example it's okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to add modify the config.yaml. Okay, so in the config.yaml, remember that we need to specify the name of the image, which I'm going to give you. That is basically is this one. That's the name of the image. I will put it in the chat. And also, I will tell you which is the port normally used in MongoDB, okay? Which is this port. So I want you guys to add a new configuration YAML that should have the port. So the configuration parameter is port, and then the default value should be that one that I have put there. And and also the mean version that we are someone has asked in the chat. That's basically if there is some new UU feature that has been added in a certain release, and your charm must have that new feature, then you can specify the minimum UU version that your charm needs. It's basically for that. Okay, and for those that have been or that are late, we are not following the slides anymore. So what we are doing is we are going to deploy a MongoDB charm, and for that I sent this. Okay, I sent this this repo. Okay, that if you go there, you will see these commands that you need to execute. Okay, and to get started, we have already modified the metadata.yaml, and we are in progress of modifying the config.yaml. The answer for this exercise is in this repo, so you can clone it or go there. And you will see 3 commits. Basically, the first one is adding the metadata.yaml changes. The second one is doing adding the configuration, and the last one is changing the charm to actually do the things that we want to do. That is basically deploy a MongoDB charm. Okay, so I'm going to show now the solution for the config.yaml. So what we basically have here is we have the options, okay, the image that will point by default to Mongo and with the tag latest, okay, and then for the port, we basically need to add a new key here that is port. The type is int, a number. The default is the number that I put there, and then I just added a description saying port. Okay, so everyone is okay. I would appreciate some feedback to make sure that I'm not alone on this hands-on. Okay, so, okay, yeah. I see some activity on the chat, so that's good. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, well, we have now done the metadata, the config, and the only thing that we need to change now is the charm code, okay? Because, well, I will show you a bit of this, okay? You will see that here it says skeleton charm. So I recommend you to change this to, for example, MongoDB, okay? And go to the bottom of the charm of the code and just put here to MongoDB, okay? And so that the name doesn't say the skeleton charm. Okay, so basically here we have the constructor, we have the apply spec functions that we already saw before. So yeah, and also we have here a template or a template for the make code spec function. So what we need to do, and this is the hint that I'm giving you, is we need to first change the make pod specs, this line, the line 49, to take the port that we had in the configuration, okay? So here, I'm going to change the HTTP to Mongo, just to have things right. And the container port is 80. And of course, this is not the port that we specified in the configuration. And this is hard-coded here. So we need to change this in order to get the port from the config. And just as another hint, here we see how are we getting the image from the config YAML, okay? So that should give you an idea of what to do. Okay, if you have finished with this task, please write in the chat so I can know it and I'll do it myself too. I see that many of you have succeeded, so I'm going to give the answer that it's basically putting config and then between brackets we put the name of the parameter we had or the option we had in the YAML. So the option was called port, okay, which is, let me find it, okay, which was this. So we have the config here that we are getting it this way, and we are putting a config and then the port, okay, so it's just that. Okay, so now the next step is to add the needed command in order to start MongoDB. So this is going to be a bit harder, but I think that you can do it. So I'm going to write in the chat the command that is needed for initiating the MongoDB. So this is like this. Okay, give me a sec. Okay, so now we need to add the something here. Okay, we need to add something that has this structure. Okay, more or less. That's the hint I'm going to give you. And okay, so you have to figure out how to execute the command I pasted in the chat to initiate the MongoDB. Okay? Okay, yes. MongoDB is installed that way because, well, this is is not really related with the charm development, but okay, I'll try to explain. So if I believe that if you don't put any command, it will just start by using the command MongoD, that I think that's specified in the Docker file of the Mongo image. Okay, but in this case, we want to bind that IP to all the interfaces so that the IP that the container will be assigned. So with that IP, we can ping, or we can reach the MongoDB service. Okay, that's one thing. And the other thing is that we also want to override the port, so that if we choose to have the port 123 for the MongoDB, so that we can override that. Okay, I don't know if that solves the question or not. If it doesn't, then let me know. Okay, perfect. Okay. So I'm going to do this now, okay? So if you remember, for putting a command, you need to add inside the container the command key, and then this is an array, and each one of the, let's say, words that we are putting will be in a separate string. Okay, so we just need to put MongoD, and in this next string we put bind IP. The next we put this to bind all interfaces, and then we put -- port. And this is the tricky part. If you do this, which you might be tempted to do it, it will fail. And it will fail because this config port is basically it's one number. It's an int. So this array is for strings. So in Python, just for you to know, we should do something like this. Okay, so we put the string, we put this, okay, the curly braces, and then with dot format, we then pass the port, and this port will be inserted in the string. Okay, I'm going to double check that I don't forget anything. Okay, just okay. I'm going to do a diff between the solution and my charm. Okay, so I'm going to do a diff between the charm source charm and the solution. Okay. Okay, yeah, well, that shouldn't be here, but it's okay. Okay, yeah, it's only with this that we have put it's more than enough to have the container working. Okay, so now question. Okay, there's a question. Let me read it. Okay. Okay, the question is, any specific reason you do not use? Okay.
Strings is supported on 3.6 as far as I know, and then we want to have support for 3.5 also. I don't know if this is clear. for Python 3.5.
Okay. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we do ls in the terminal, and we should be in a position that we could see the mycharm folder, okay? And now what we are going to do is we are going to basically do scp. I think that's R is for recursive, okay? So as this is a folder, we will do scp.r, then the folder path, that is mycharm, and now we will put Ubuntu add, and then the IP, okay, which I'm going to find. Okay. Yeah, I need to go to AWS to check my IP. Okay. So basically, we put the IP there, then 2 points there, /home/ Ubuntu / mycharm. We execute. Oops. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think it's -r lowercase. Okay. So just we will wait for it to be uploaded. Yes. I think my connection is a bit slow, but okay. I think maybe it could have been easier to do a zip or a tar on. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Now I'm going to SSH. Okay, I'm going to SSH, and if we do ls, we can see the mycharm folder there. That's good. It has been uploaded correctly. Now, if we do UU status, we can see our OSM that was deployed on Gates and so on, but we are in a different environment now. So we want another model. For that, we will execute add model Mongo, okay? And my colleagues will paste those commands in the chat. So now if I do UU status, the model is empty, okay? And I will go and do UU deploy and the path that is mycharm, okay? Now we will watch the UU status, and we see that the MongoDB is being deployed. Also, we can see here that the port is assigned correctly, and it is pulling the image from Mongo latest. Okay, that's good. And okay, we have MongoDB deployed, the workload is active, the application is active. We can go to microcades and do microcades kubectl-n Mongo. That is the name of the namespace, same name as in the model. get pods, and we see here that the MongoDB unit is ready and the MongoDB case operator is ready. Okay. Now, if you have done this successfully, I want you to update the spreadsheet, and I believe it's there's a column there to track the deployment. So if you have deployed it successfully, then put OK. If not, tell us about the errors that you are having, or if you if you are stuck somewhere, please let me know in the chat or whatever, okay? Execute it. So for that, we can do config MongoDB, name of the application. And here we can see the port. Okay, so basically we need to do config MongoDB-case, then the name of the setting or the option, equal, and the port. I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and the skeleton that we have used for this charm should have all the logic to upgrade the spec, which means that it will automatically redeploy the pod with the new updated configuration. So if we do status, we can see here that the port is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this means that the pod spec has changed, and if I do microcase kubectl-m mongo get pods, I can see that the age of this pod is 50 seconds, so it has been restarted. Okay, and I could do this drive pods and name of the pod, and here I should see that the port has changed somewhere. Okay, yeah. In the containers, there's one port key, and its value is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I think that's it from my side.